Now, we're going to mark out the 2 drawers, 2 shelves, and we'll make for the mortise and tenons that we're going to be doing, like little through mortise that'll come out to the end of the cabinet. We'll mark them out as well. So what I do is I mark it with a pencil, 2H pencil, hard tipped pencil, and I get my appropriate marks there. Then I go back with a knife and very carefully score your lines. Because we're going to have to chop these with a wood chisel. I like to keep inside the line, margin, you know, just slightly inside the line. And we can pair it up to it after. So, two or three runs of the knife is more than enough. We don't need to score the ends because that'll be done with a marking knife or a cutting gauge, whatever. So what we're looking at is, there's the spacing for the 2 drawers to come in. This is for your 2 shelves here. And again, we'll be doing a little tenons on the end of this to come through the top of the shelf. So, these are a lovely marking gauge. They're Marples, Sheffield, England. They're absolutely a beautiful marking gauge to use. And again, a little bit of a stop there, so we'll just, yes, I can remove that. Now, that's that done. And then what we can do then is we can mark, there's a rebate in the back of this. So with my pencil, I will allow 11 11 or 12 mil would be plenty for the rebate in the back. No, there's no Act of Parliament on it really. I'm just going to use my finger as a gauge, so this is just to indicate that we do have a rebate in the back there. So we have a rebate in the back here. And again, in depth wise, I would imagine 8 mil maybe. 8 mil exactly there. We'll go roughly about 8 mil. That will be our rebate. So there you go, that'll go like that. So to give you an idea of what we're making, so just put that in the well there, put that there. So this is roughly what we're going to be making now. So what we have is we have a top and bottom shelf which will hang over by the thickness of itself, which is 18 mil, 17 mil thereabouts. It'll hang over the edge. Nice square detail. You'll have two drawers and you'll have your three spaces there, shelves. It's only a small little display cabinet, it's nothing. Here we will have little through mortise and tenons which will stick out the top and the bottom. I don't know, a little feature maybe. Get tired of dovetails. And we'll have dovetails in the drawers. So I mean it'll look fine and dandy when it's done. The second detail will be the back of the board. I told you it would be like a TG&V, kind of a tongue and groove sheeting. Well, it won't be because the stock we have is too. I had to machine this down to 20 mil or thereabouts, 24 mil I think. I split it in half and then I machined it again. There would be just too much work in trying to plane this by hand. Just way too much work. But we're not finished with it because it's still got machine marks on it. So you're going to have the waves of the blades in the sheathing. Now this is oak, because this is going to be an oak and maple cabinet. And so we're making up this little TG&V sheeting for the back of it. Now the detail is simple, I'll just show you the detail. So the detail I'm using is just like a, I don't know whether you can see it very well now on this, but you see it's like a half lap. So the half lap, they will overlap one another like that. That'll be the detail of it. And when they're together, well, you can't really see it, but anyway, you'll see the V groove that I put on it to make it look like individual boards, 6 of them in total, I hope. And that'll be the back of it. And then you'll have your oak. You'll have an oak drawer on the face, but with the oak drawer I bought some veneer for the front, so it'll be like a bore, an oak bore veneer going on top of the drawer fronts to give it a bit of character. So, what we do is we get on with some of this sheeting, and I'll show you how I prepare this next. And when that's prepared, then we'll go back and we'll chop all the joints, we'll cut the mortars and tenons, and we will finally start to see the unit come together. Okay, we'll just take this off the bench. So this is what we start out with. So I have cut timbers, 65mm by 10mm. Yep, 10mm. 65. Or 65 by 10. So we will be planing this down with the number 7, with the number 3 hand plane. With the number 3 hand plane. But before we go any further, I bought these little guys here, and the little bench puppies. I bought them out of a carpentry store in Naas, County Kildare. They're fantastic little product, and I just start simply shove them in a bench like that, up and down. I got the smaller ones because the smaller ones they come in and out of the bench much easier than the big ones. The big ones are like 90 to 100 bit long, and I just when I push down, the divots get out. So I got the smaller ones. So I was delighted with that purchase yesterday. So you buy a pair of them for $25.85, and definitely well worth the money. Anything to do with the Veritas range is well worth the money. They're expensive, but they are worth the purchase. So what we'll be using to finish up this Pacific timber here now we'll be using the number 3 hand plane to take away the nasties from the planer, and we'll be using this is a Veritas skew plane. It's a rebate plane, and this is already set. Well, obviously it's set 5mm there, so we've 5mm in depth, and we've 6mm in width. So there you go. So 5x6 rebate. Now let's And I don't know whether you could, well, you won't be able to see it, but when you look down the board, you can see that shiny surface. And that shiny surface, when you look down the board, it's like it's. That just goes to show when you look down the board, it's true and flat, and there's literally no ripples from the machine, the planer. And so we turn it over, plane the other side, and then we start rebating. And just a classic example of the planer. And again, I don't know whether you'll see it in it, but there's a snipe there, a little small snipe where the blades coming off have, obviously one of the blades isn't set properly in my planer, so that's a job I have to go sort some stage. We'll have a look at that. Yes, I think it's time to sharpen the hand plane. And again, that looks fantastic. So, we're now ready to rebate. What we do is, that bad boy in there. Oh, we get a bit of something. Right, what we're over. Pieces on it. And so, now we're going to rebate using the Veritas skew rebate plane. We're going to start the, like to pull it back once or twice. There's a little wheel on it, does a little bit of marking. Mostly for cross grain, but like just so you don't go off your beating track. And you know, I have the Stanley number 78, and it does a fantastic job, but doesn't do as nice a job as this hand plane. But we will, on another job, I'll take it out and I'll use the Stanley, just to let you see. Probably more people have the Stanley than they do have the Veritas, like, you know. little bit more here. I think I can stop cutting there. Little tiny bit. And now I'll get the block plane and we'll do a little chamfer. Six, that's all I give it, just six runs of the plane there. I'll just give it 6 runs of this little block plane here. Go with the grain if you can. I'll give it your 6 runs. And it'll just give you a little small bevel. So when the 2 timbers butt together, the 2 timbers put together, we will get that nice little V groove up the board. So you'll have to forgive me, the camera's not playing ball today. So what we do is pop the board around, and we repeat the process. Okay, run the board, run the little blade back, 2 or 3 times. Always good to get a little score. You can feel a little score there now on the timber. And then starting from the front, we'll just, don't start from the back, because with the grain it can tend to veer you off. So you work in small passes to eventually work your way down the back and give you a shoulder to work up against. That's the way I do it anyway. And don't forget to take the crap out of the way. Now, go again. Why the hell is that doing that? It's getting clogged up. So again, it probably needs to be sharpened. Another feckin' tool that needs sharpening. Now, and again, you want to keep to your 6 passes. That's all I do, just 6. It's a pretty heavy set on the plane here. So it's taking a good shave, and not too heavy, but not too fine. Because you'll be there all bloody day trying to get it too fine, you know. There's 6. Now, block planes, they're a fantastic tool. And I have a Stanley one, 60.5 in my toolbox for work. Every day. I've had it since 1995. It was my first ever block plane to buy. And I thought it was the B's and A's. Thought it was, you won't get a better tool than it. Until I found these little bad boys here. And these are Lubin. These are Quen Shang. And, oh my God. They're a copy of the Lie-Nielsen, I think. And super heavy, super thick iron. And I can tell you, these do exactly what you want them to do. I have this and I have the Rebate one, and these are a fantastic tool. A fraction of the Lie-Nielsen. I think I bought the 2 of them. Tool Shop Heaven was doing a deal one Christmas. I think I got the 2 of them for £94 sterling plus postage. So probably €130 for a pair. Fantastic value. So if anyone's buying a block plane, I highly recommend this. I did have the pleasure, however, of using David Charlesworth's hand plane, because I'd done his tool sharpening and restoration course 2 years ago. And anyone that's interested in learning how to sharpen tools, definitely go see David Charlesworth. He is the master, he really is. He's an absolute gentleman, and there's nothing this guy doesn't know about getting a tool sharp. And he allowed me to use his little block plane, his one of these. It's a Lie-Nielsen, beautiful plane. And his very famous 5.5 Stanley, which is, I think, is his first restoration, and he's had it ever since in the 60s. I think he said he purchased the hand plane. So, like I said, if you want to learn how to sharpen tools, David Charlesworth. There's also other guys out there. Paul Sellers is very good. But after that, everyone else is copying them, you know. Like you have Rob Cosman. He does a freehand. I don't do a freehand because you just can't maintain that bevel without every 2-3 months grinding it back down to a flat bevel. There's just not a hope. So again, the Veritas gauge, the number 2, Mark II, and all my blades are sharp and do what I need to do. So there's another bit of useless information for you guys out there. So again, going back to this, that's the second side of that done. And there you go. We have another perfect board, perfectly flat together. And I'm going to carry on and do this, and there's probably no need for you to watch me, but I'll carry on, do this, and we'll get back to you when we're going to start chopping the cabinet out. Okay? Talk to you then. Right. Okay. So, the score line that I put in. Okay. What I had done was, I had taken a chisel and I had come back with 2 mil. And done a little relief chop. And what that does is you take away that, you break out that piece. And then from here on in, when you put your chisel into that line, and you chop down to 90 degree and 90 from your line, chop down, and you'll do a continuous chop to your line. You'll come back here, you'll remove more waste, you'll chop down again, remove more waste, do the opposite side, and that's more or less how we chop out the mortise and tenons, or the housing. We'll chop it out, get rid of the waste. And we'll use a couple of different tools. We'll use, I'll show you now in 1 minute. Now for this procedure, we'll use a couple of different tools. Obviously we'll use a selection of wood chisels. So just to make the necessary, I've a inch and a quarter, a 3/4, and I'm using a 3/8. So they're my 3 chisels I'm going to use. They're razor sharp, I sharpened them earlier. And the second tool I'm going to use is a router plane. This is a router plane, which you can set a depth of the blade here to go down in there and remove the last piece that you're looking for. So with the chisel, we'll remove the bulk of the waste, leaving maybe 1 mil, 1.5 mil max. And we'll go in with the router plane and we'll refine that. And so they'll all be the one depth. So I'll just show you now one done already. Okay. Oh, this is one that I have housed out already. And it's down to the depth that we require. By using the router plane. And that'll define all the measurements to one depth, whatever it is, 12 mil or so. That's what they give us, 10 mil, 12 mil. And so then when we get to marking out the mortise and tenons for the true tenons for the top, we can then take a measurement and that'll give us our shelf depth. Now, when I get on my chopping days, I'll try and record it. There's no guarantee it'll work because the little workshop, this is my first ever video to do, so I'm not properly set up. But however, we'll give it a try. Okay, just grin and bear with me for a few minutes till I sort out this camera.